and welcome to the Dalton Dispatch. Andy Dalton and AJ McCarron led the Bengals to a 21-3 start before the backups gave way to the Jaguars in the team's third preseason game. Both quarterbacks once again had QB ratings over 100 and each threw a touchdown. John, did you see any sheer strikes this week?
Yeah, both quarterbacks this week each had a strike. Not a sheer strike, of course, and one of the strikes wasn't even a completion. First, let's look at Dalton's. Here we got a 3rd and goal for the Bengals. Andy's in shotgun with the X receiver singled out wide right. He's got bunched up trips to his left. This play is designed for Brandon LaFell all the way, and he does a great job of getting a good cornerback in Prince Mukamura to bite on his route, and separates very cleanly. Dalton is looking for the single-eye safety to take a false step towards CJ Uzoma's route to the back corner so he has a wider window to throw to LaFell. And he does. It's a high-velocity throw because it has to be, and this throw hits LaFell's hands if he wasn't interfered with by a beat in Mukamura. So instead of a touchdown, it's a 1st and goal, leading to a Jeremy Hill touchdown. So this is a solid strike, even though it wasn't even a completion.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, it's so hypothetical, right? What you're saying is that in an ideal kind of universe, it would have been a strike, but...
Alright, well, what about McCarron's strike, John?
Well, this one was a completion and a very good play by both quarterback and receiver. McCarron has the identical formation as Dalton did, trips left with the X receiver alone to the right. There's some interior pressure in his face, so he doesn't have anywhere to step up into the throw off of his 5-step drop. But we've seen these high-arcing deep balls before from McCarron, and he places it right in the hands of rookie Cody Core, who did an outstanding job himself releasing from the cornerback and tracking McCarron's throw all the way. Even saw his second gear come into play. This was a sure 4 out of 5 for me, almost a 5 out of 5 even. McCarron's arm was capable of throws like this.
Yeah, John, that was the closest you've ever gotten to a sheer strike. Now, were there any veer strikes? Basically, misfires?
Yeah, the only throw I saw from Dalton that kind of irked me was his second throw of the night. It's a typical 3-wide receiver set, but he's looking for Uzoma on a corner route from the start. Uzoma gets a good free release and has a step on the linebacker, but Dalton simply doesn't have enough touch on this ball. The play worked, they got the matchup they wanted, Dalton just has to give his 6'6" target a chance at the ball. He's never lacked arm strength, it's been the lack of touch on these intermediate throws that has been the issue with him. But misses will happen, and the good news is he bounced back the very next play with a crucial pre-snap adjustment and gave Giovanni Bernard an easy touchdown off a nice tunnel screen.
John, Dalton actually led the team to 2 touchdowns, which was great. Of course, both his touchdown pass and his longest completion were screen passes, but hey, why take risks throwing downfield when your offensive line is dominating the opposition? That would be like using a gasoline-burning car when electric cars are available, which millions of cold-hearted idiots do every day. So, based on my range of red, I'm going to say that Dalton's hair was bright copper, an average game. He provided great leadership, but he didn't really take my breath away throwing the ball. Honestly, John, I'm worried a bit that we are seeing the old dinkety-dunk style that Andy Dalton used to rely on in the past.
Well, to be fair, he didn't really have AJ Green for almost the whole time he was out there,
Yeah, well, to be fair, neither did anyone else in the NFL.
That's true, I guess.
Yeah. Meanwhile, AJ McCarron, who I'm going to go ahead and call McCracken, had 2 very impressive throws on back-to-back plays. The 53-yarder to Cody Core, which is really what football is all about. You just put the stamp on the envelope and you mail it. And then that quick read to Alex Erickson for the touchdown. But overall, he was pressured a lot, and other than the 75-yard touchdown drive, he only led the offense to 26 total yards in 5 drives. So I got to go with bright copper for him as well.
Yes, well, I'm not really concerned about the offense stagnating at this point. I don't think John is either, because we've seen so much success with them moving the ball with the starters.
Good point, Dadio, and that brings me to today's Hojoscope. Yes, Andy Dalton and AJ McCracken both looked good this week, and once again, it was hard to say who played better. It's sort of like my organic, gluten-free Oreo cookie equivalents, Glutino sandwich cookies. Are they chocolate wafers with a cream filling, or are they cream with a chocolate cookie coating? It's a matter of perspective, like yin and yang. After that 53-yard pass to Core, the unbiased and professional Brad Crawford of the revered sports info source Bama Online says, and I quote, "If Andy Dalton struggles with the consistency this season, the Cincinnati Bengals could have a quarterback controversy on their hands." Brad, I don't think that Dalton will struggle. He's found his groove, and we are all, except for maybe AJ McCarron, happy about that. But what it does tell us is that this team is a greased up machine that just needs a good driver to make it go, whether that driver be Dalton or McCracken. That's where you can basically pick up the cogs from off the street, like undrafted rookie receiver Alec Erickson, who has caught a few spicy potatoes from McCracken and had some nice punt returns. I mean, we even lost the engine, that guy, the former offensive coordinator guy with the...
You mean Hugh Jackson?
Him!
Right.
And it ended up being a blessing in disguise. So Zampese, Erickson, a bunch of new guys are going to get there, and they're going to be secured and fastened, and the Bengals offensive machine is going to continue to roll. In fact, I predict ProFootballFocus.com will deem them one of the 5 best offenses in the league at the halfway mark. Mark my words. Just click on their website 2 months from now on Tuesday, November 8th, 2016 to see that my prediction was right. After, of course, you cast your ballot for me, Hoji the Electric Smoji, as President of the United States of America. Goodbye, my friends.
That's all we have for this episode of the Dalton Dispatch. Make sure you check us out next week and like our Facebook page at facebook.com/DH Sports TV.